Hi there, my name is Boston John and I'm an alcoholic. Coming to you today from my workshop. So, one of the things I used to wonder about, especially early on in recovery, depending on the size of the meeting, the same people will be sharing a lot. And so you start to get a feel for them and learn about them. And there were some people early on that were very active, yet at some point they would go out and drink or use again. And I was thoroughly convinced that the day before, these people weren't going to drink based on the content of their share. So I wanted to know, what's going on here? How do I know the same thing's not happening to me, that I'm sitting here in these meetings and all of a sudden I'm going to feel compelled to drink again, and I'm going to be one of these guys coming back the next day putting my hand up saying I have less than 30 days. I was really confused by that. So I found that going through the literature will give me a lot of answers. So I made a list here several years ago called Why People Drink Again. And this is 9 things I have. One of these is not in the book, but I felt it was worth mentioning. Number 1 on the list, resentment or anger. It's listed right there at the start of your 4th step. It's the first list you make in AA. We have to be careful for these things that are really bothering us. AA asks us to put it down, take a good hard look at it, and then address it. So it's the number 1 reason why people go out and drink again. It's over these things that are eating away at us. Number 2 is failure to clean house, meaning when we get a good hard look at all these things, all these problems we have, all the problems we caused for others, the harm we've done, AA wants us to go out and try and fix that or amend the behavior. The literature tells us that if we don't go out and make an honest attempt to clear this stuff up, we'll probably drink again. Another thing that gets people is part of the clean house process. It's the financial amends, not taking care of them. If you're like me, I owed people money. I did things which resulted in the end of relationships where we didn't talk anymore because of money, or maybe a business venture or something like that. Things didn't pan out. AA wants us to go back and face our creditors and not have a fear of them. It tells us that if we don't go back and face these people and make the best deal possible and get right, we'll probably drink again. Number 4 on the list, resting on laurels. This one can be a little tricky. I thought if you had done the steps or did the work and made an honest attempt at the work, in my mind early on, you were bulletproof. I found out as I've gone on that's not always the case. It's an easy trap to fall into where we've addressed a lot of the things on the list. We addressed the things we were able to, and we are willing to address the others when those opportunities come up. But day in, day out, maybe as we sit in meetings, we don't feel like drinking, we build up this sort of confidence and feel like no more work maybe is necessary, or maybe I don't need to go the extra mile. Most times people that are resting on their laurels don't know it, and little things can start to creep in and take hold of us. And that's the whole death by 1,000 cuts process, where a bunch of little things start to wear on us. And there's maybe not one big thing that wipes us out, but next thing you know, suddenly the thought crosses my mind. So that's certainly a problem. Number 5 on my list, I have hurting people and not being sorry for it or correcting the behavior. In the big book, it says if we are not sorry and our conduct continues to harm people, we are quite sure to drink. It's in the amends process, and it's really about sexual relations and physical relationships we've had. It was centered around that. Of course, harm can come in many forms, but it really talked about that. When I went through the process, I had to take a good hard look at what was it like to have me as your boyfriend? What was it like to have me as a business partner, but specifically these physical relationships we get into, whether it be marriage or boyfriend, girlfriend. When I did my 4-step list and looked at in my relationships, I didn't look too good on paper. I realized that it was tough to be around me. And so AA wants me to get that stuff down, take a good hard look, and address it. If I can identify the things that make me difficult or hurtful to others, I now have a way to eliminate that. However, AA is saying if you don't eliminate that, and you continue to engage in the behavior and hurt people, it says we are quite sure to drink. AA is about a psychic change, not just putting the drink down, but thinking and behaving differently. Number 6, I put here, dependence on people over dependence on God, failure to enlarge your spiritual life. There's a line in our literature, I think it's on page 98, it says, the only requirement is to trust in God and clean house. The idea or the concept of putting other people in the meetings on a pedestal can be a little dangerous. I remember a friend of mine said in the meeting, he says, we're all human beings before we're alcoholics, which means we're going to make mistakes, we're just real people. He shared that we have to remember something. Sponsors drink again. He said, AA gurus drink again. And that's going to probably because some of the reasons I put in this list, but we're all just people. Number 7, I said, still having an alcoholic mind, no psychic change. I alluded to this a little bit earlier. There's a line in our literature that says that if I have the mind of an alcoholic, the time and place will come. I will drink again. When the book tells me that under these conditions I'll drink again, I have to listen. The book was written by people who have recovered from the same problem I have. The question is, what's an alcoholic mind? And to me, an alcoholic mind is one that had no psychic change. They put down the drink or the drug, and now they're just engaging in life, not feeling like drinking, going to meetings, but that's it. And they're basically keeping themselves sober without any work being done in addressing certain behaviors or attitudes. Staying sober might be next to impossible. Number 8 on the list is the lurking notion. A lot of times you'll find that people come into AA, and though they understand they probably shouldn't drink anymore, they may have lost their job, gotten a DUI, gotten arrested, having trouble with the spouse at home. So it makes sense for them to quit drinking. And they'll come into AA and they'll sound like they really want to be there. But somewhere in the back of their mind, lurking around, is the idea that they're probably going to drink or use again at some point. They may not be fully convinced that this is it, and I'm ready to stop drinking and using for good. There's that little idea, the component in their head saying, it's okay, give it one more try, or is it really the end of the world, or like they've been scared straight but they can still drink, and knowing what they know now and the trouble they've gotten into, that will somehow police them against the drink. And that lurking notion a lot of times drives people out and puts them in worse shape than they were in before. Last one I put on this list, number 9, is prescription medicine. Though not specifically mentioned in the book, a lot of times you'll hear in meetings people went out and they didn't go out by drinking again. They went out something innocent. They went to a dental appointment, or they had surgery, or prescribed some medicine. After a while they started to abuse the medicine, and now we've had a breach of our sobriety time. We know it on the inside. Maybe we feel uncomfortable going to meetings, and then that leads us completely out of AA down some other path where we're engaging in drug abuse, drug addiction, and now probably at this point drinking as well, because what the hell, I've already felt inside I've given up my sobriety date, so what's the point? And that kind of thinking and that kind of behavior can really lead to a lot of trouble and keep you away from people and away from recovery, because it's tough to be around it, to be sitting on a sobriety date you feel you don't deserve, or feeling uncomfortable in AA. That's a tough spot to be in. Anyway, those are the 9 things I have, the reasons why people drink again and what can lead them out of the rooms. I'm sure there are many others. If you can think of any, put them in the comments for the benefit of other people and for me to see what I probably missed. But these are the big ones for me that stood out. Anyway, thank you. Have a good rest of your day.